In today's video, I've got 5 facts about Fitoria from the series The Rising of the Shield Hero / a character analysis video. But hey, if you're new here, why not join the 414 community by hitting the subscribe button and the notification bell so you don't miss a video. And a quick warning that this video will contain spoilers, so just a heads up. So with that being said, let's roll intro and get straight into the video. Fitoria rules over all the Philolal race as the Philolal Queen. She mentioned herself that she has lived for at least 16 generations. This would make her over 250 years old. Why or how she has survived for this long remains unknown. So, she made her debut in episode 16 of the anime, The Philolal Queen, and chapter 24 of the manga, The Legendary Bird God. She is a female Philolal. In her human form, she has pink/red eyes and short silver-white hair with some light blue streaks worn in a bob with 3 tufts of hair standing up, kind of like cowlick. As we all know, this is because of her Philolal Queen status. Appearance-wise, she wears a pinky red and white long gothic Lolita dress with a huge ass bow on the front, white long silk-like boots, and of course her white Philolal wings protruding from her back. She stands at 140 centimeters, which makes her 4'5", and she's around the same size as Philo in her human form. However, when it comes to her Philolal form, Fitoria is around 1 to 200 times bigger than Philo. Literally beast mode. And you wouldn't expect anything less of the queen of Philolals. Appearance wise, she does look similar to Philo in her Philolal form. Most of her feathers are the purest of whites. Around her chest, the feathers are a light blue. She also has 5 long yellow feathers on her head that represent her crown. As well as this, she has long feathers that stretch down to her back. Fitoria can also take the ostrich-like form of the Philolals, though unfortunately we never saw this. Personality-wise, Fitoria had a kind of mysterious aura to her, but it was very clear that she was, straight down and serious. Naofumi's impression of her was that she was a child pretending to be an adult, but it was very clear that she had the ability to strike fear into him, saying that she wouldn't think twice about killing him and the other legendary heroes so that new ones would be summoned if Naofumi wasn't to make up with the other heroes. And then, of course, her duel with Philo certainly proved that she had the power to back up her threats. Now, it's very clear to see that Fitoria cares deeply for the fate of the world that she inhabits and will convert with the legendary heroes, though she does avoid the beings that populate this world, as she finds them petty and is disappointed with the way they pointlessly argue and squabble amongst each other, thus sticking with her own kind. Fitoria is, disgusted with the way that most mortals will act selfishly amongst each other and will try to control others just to satisfy their own wills. Though saying that, for all of her seriousness and grace, Fitoria does still retain personality traits typical of a Philolal, such as being forgetful, general animal stupidity, the never-ending gluttonous hunger, and of course the Philolal's eternal hatred for dragons. Fitoria's Japanese voice actress is Sakura Tang. She has voiced other characters such as Sakura Kinomoto in Cardcaptor Sakura, Chika Kamaz from Chika the Coffin Princess, Assassin of Black / Jack the Ripper in Fate Apocrypha, Saber / Nero in Fate Extra, Umu, and more. Fitoria's English voice actress is Christina V. She has voiced other characters such as Sakura Mato in Fate Stay Night Zero, Kotori Minami from Love Life, Darkness in Konosuba, Homura Akemi from Madoka Magica, and more. Fitoria was raised centuries ago by the previous legendary hero. On his deathbed, he made a request to Fitoria that she prevent the future legendary heroes from fighting amongst each other so that the waves would continue to be forged and that peace would eventually be restored to this world. She was also tasked to go as far as killing the legendary heroes if they failed to cooperate, thus new heroes would be summoned in their place. Now, that shield hero was a huge influence on the world and fought for cooperation between all races that inhabited it in order to stop the waves violence that continually persisted. Over time, after his passing, the natural course of each race's selfish desires to rule supreme over the world had settled back in, and the cooperation they once had, that the shield hero had fought for, had been long forgotten. Now, this was another reason why Fitoria holds disgust and disappointment for these other races. She was so close to the shield hero and wanted nothing more than to carry out his dying wishes, just for these mortals to tarnish it, if you will. And it's interesting, according to Fitoria, she told Naofumi that many generations of legendary heroes had come and passed between her master's generation and Naofumi's. And yes, none of these heroes managed to get along. She told of much infighting, but did not reveal if she was the cause of some of their deaths. Pretty interesting. Now, I mentioned earlier on in the video that Fitoria has lived over many generations and is over 250 years old, which is insane in itself. What hasn't really been cleared up is the question of how old will Fitoria live for? What is her lifespan? Are Philolols creatures that live on for centuries, or is it because she is the queen of Philolols that she has managed to live for so many years? Either way, she will need to eventually find a successor, and of course, enter Philo. Upon meeting Philo, Fitoria is naturally interested. The two seem to get along almost instantly and have this almost sisterly-like bond. Fitoria is also seriously impressed at how well Philo had been raised by Naofumi, and immediately turns to the idea that Philo could actually be the Philolol to succeed her as queen. Of course, the admiration is two-sided, as Philo is in awe of Fitoria's size and power, and instantly wants to become just as strong, if not stronger. Though of course, one thing just needs clarifying. Philo's power. As we know, Fitoria challenged Philo to a duel and really gave her a run for her money. Of course, this duel was all just a trial, but Philo couldn't know this, as Fitoria wanted a true representation of what Philo's strength and power was currently capable of. Philo now obviously passed this test and obviously became Fitoria's successor. The two definitely get along, just as I mentioned, that sisterly bond. Now Fitoria's successor, Philo can actually communicate with her at any given time. Pretty awesome. But thanks for watching this my video, 5 facts about Fitoria from the series The Rising of the Shield Hero. I hope you enjoyed the video, and if you'd like to see more characters from this series, of course let me know in the comments. I just want to say a quick shout out to my 414 Elite Patreons, that in Tom, Jamie, Emma, Autumn, Joshua. You guys are awesome. Thank you so much for supporting me. If you're interested in what rewards I have to offer on my Patreon, the link is in the description. Also, don't forget to smash the like button if you enjoyed this video, as it really does help them reach a wider audience, and subscribe for more anime content. Till next time, my fellow weebs, peace!